Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me in today's video. So today I'm going to be sitting down to show you guys how I've been doing my soap brows as of late. Now, it did take me a while to fully hop onto this bandwagon, but in all honesty, the more time goes on, the more I'm really into this fluffy feathered brow, and I never thought I would love it as much as I do now. So I've learned a lot in the last year, I would say. I did a video on how to wear your brows in 3 different styles. I'll leave it up in the cards here for you guys, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. It's beginner friendly, so if you guys are new to the whole makeup game, you can go ahead and see what eyebrow technique would suit your eyebrows. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so without any further ado, let's get into the soap brow technique. Now, I was introduced to this, and it became very popular because of Roshana Isaacs, especially here in South Africa. And then I was reintroduced to it at Beauty Revolution when I attended her makeup class. And it was just so beautiful and just so flawless on her and her model. And I was like, honestly, I love that kind of soft brow look. So let me just give it a try. Let me give it a try again and see what's popping. So ever since Beauty Revolution, I've definitely been loving the soap brow a lot more. Now, when it comes to your eyebrows, guys, grooming is so important. Like trimming your brow hairs. So last night I trimmed my eyebrows. I also plucked my eyebrows. I usually do my own eyebrows. And so I just sort of trimmed the tops there and a little bit, just brushed the hairs down a little bit and just trimmed a little as well. Not too much because I still like the fullness of my brows, but sometimes I can tend to forget the trimming, and I think that's a very important process. Very important process or very important step? You can see I haven't sat down to film a YouTube makeup tutorial in a while, but it's a very important step in just making sure that the way your soap brows sit on your face is I don't want to say uniform, because the soap brow is meant to be fluffy and out unruly, but it really gives you some structure to the brow when you have a really nice groomed brow. So as you guys can see, I have a little bit of sparseness under here. You guys know the story. I think I've said this a million times. I used to pluck my eyebrows really thin, and obviously over time, clearly those hairs have not grown back. But then I'm looking at my eyebrow and I'm like, that's how much hair I removed on the daily, on the monthly. Whew. Thank goodness we have lived and learned. But anyway, let's get into the soap. Now, this is the pure glycerin soap. I just sort of melted it into this container because I didn't actually have a container for my soap. So I just took one of these, melted it in there, and it makes it so much easier to deal with. But you guys can use it straight from the bar. You don't have to be fancy like me. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the Zaki Zaki Refreshing Mist Spray. I'm just going to spray this onto my soap. I kind of do 3 spritz. And then I'm going to rub my mascara wand in here. Just coat the mascara wand really well. Sorry you guys, the sun keeps coming in and out of the clouds, so the lighting in this video might be a little crap, I'm sorry. Okay, so just rub it in. And then you guys can see there's a good amount of soap on the spoolie. And then you're just going to take a little bit of that soap off. So you kind of just, just take a little bit off by pressing down and rotating the brush. Then you're going to get a mirror. And the pressure in which you apply the soap is so important. So you want to press down and brush through the soap. So I almost go not straight up. So at the front of my brow, I go straight up, brushing all those hairs straight up. And then as I go towards the center, kind of do it at a 45-degree angle. And I mean, if your brow hairs are long, you can pull them, But if you do have like a freshly groomed brow, I think this messy brow situation is kind of cute. So I generally need to go in and press the hairs down, but sometimes I don't like using my fingers because it kind of gets sticky from the soap. So I'll take a beauty blending sponge and do that, and then you kind of have to go back and make sure that you're laying your hairs down, because in that whole pressing process some of the hairs can move. So just any beauty blender and just like press the hairs down flat to your eyebrows. So this is what the brows look like. Now obviously you can leave it like this if you had like really perfect brows, but as you guys can see, I have sparseness here and here, so we're gonna go in and fill that. And I'm gonna go in with my Benefit Brow. This is in the shade number 5, and it comes with like this really thin brush, so we're gonna use this brush to just brush in some hair strokes. So just kind of going in the direction of my hair, and I kind of want to fill out this top portion a little bit, so I'll just go in, make hair strokes. So if there's one thing I've learned from doing the soap brow, is that you don't need to do a lot with it. Like, it's meant to be as natural as possible and as like fluffy and minimal as possible. So don't overfill your eyebrows, just go in and fill in where you have the sparseness. I actually used to go in and try and like fill the whole eyebrow, but I mean most of your hairs are doing the job, so you actually don't need to go ahead and do that. And then as of recently, I've really been loving using this Essence concealer to just carve out under my brow. So this is in the shade Golden Toffee, and I kind of use the brush, so I clean out most of the product and then I use the brush to just underline the brow. So a lot of people do this before they fill in their eyebrows, but I find that it is better for me to do it after, because if I like make a mistake or if I kind of fill in the brows a bit wonky, then this just cleans that underneath portion up really, really well. And sometimes what you want to do is just draw a line in between both brows just to make sure that they are level and like straight, you know. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with a fluffy blending brush and just go ahead and blend out this concealer. Okay, so this is an additional step, but what I find is there's not too much of soap that actually gets on my skin underneath my brow, but there's a lot of soap that gets on my skin at the top. And what I like to do is I just like to go on the top of the brow and just sort of wipe the skin, not touching the actual hairs, but just sort of wiping that soap off the skin, because what tends to happen is your foundation kind of touches that area, and foundation is not meant to sit on soap, so it kind of does this weird crusty thing around your brows. So in order to avoid that, I just go in and like wipe down my skin. And especially with this technique, I don't go in with another brush and go close to the brow with my foundation. I just sort of take my foundation brush, go as close to the eyebrow as possible, but I'm not like creating an Instagram brow sort of effect, you know. I mean, my brows are not identical, but I really enjoy this whole feathery brow look, and it looks a little harsh right now because I'm not wearing any other makeup, but once I put my other makeup on, it just looks so beautiful and like wonderful on the skin, and it's just amazing. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to slay all day, every day, with and without makeup. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye bye.